So this was something that he wrote after the election. Not much healing anywhere. Trump didn't start this division. It festered under Obama. Obama had a maybe once in a lifetime chance to really unify America, and he blew it. He blew it. Keep that in mind. We're getting ready to play. After we get through with this dude's comments, we're going to play some clips of Obama from 2015. Trump came about because of Obama. Slightly true. Trump has been fucking 40 years in the making. Not in spite of him. Conservative views towards progressives were here long before Trump and will remain long after he's gone. Now, I'm well aware about conservative views. It's the same fucking views in Nazi Germany. They were against the left. They claimed everything was socialism. And the moderates sided with the Nazis because, hey, the progressives are going to be bad for business. And that's how Nazi Germany came about. What remains to be seen is whether the new administration will actually try to heal the rift. That's what you heard me say that the other day. Heal the rift. Or widen it by seizing more governmental control and or punishing Trump supporters. If it's the latter, that's when the violence will begin. Who the fuck is punishing Trump supporters? What do you mean by that? I think just making that statement, you just fucking volunteered to be first in line for the gulag. So, I'm not sure if it was the same comment that he made there or a different thread, but he was asked what Trump accomplished. And here is where I'm going to go point by point and show you my understanding of Trump supporters. Recent advancements towards peace in the Middle East. What he is referring to is the deal with the UAE, which turned out to be a sale of 50 F-35 fighter jets to the UAE after they signed a peace accord with Israel. Advancements towards peace in the Middle East. I'm not sure if I would consider selling 50 fighter jets to the UAE. Trump supporters are punishing Trump supporters. I don't know if I would consider selling 50 fighter jets to the UAE an advancement towards peace in the Middle East. Sounds like a corrupt business deal to me. But what do I know? His next point. 10-year funding of HBCUs. Very interesting point. Because as I understand it, Trump was very reluctant to sign the deal that Congress passed funding the HBCUs. Trump had nothing to do with it. Remember, basic civics here. Congress is the body in control of the budget and spending money, not the presidency. The president can allocate funds in different directions, in different agencies. Does not have the power to give anybody money. Trump's claims about HBCUs. He's talking about the Future Act. That is legislation passed by Congress that, as I understand it, his campaign had to talk him into signing it based on the fact that it would help his re-election campaign. Because it would help his re-election campaign because idiots like this would funnel that propaganda out. Record unemployment. I'm sure viewers of my show are well aware that record unemployment was a result of Obama administration policies. And unfortunately, this graph doesn't continue. But the spike goes way off the chart here in 2020. So that's an interesting view to have. What's his next? U.S. energy independence, he says. I bet you can take a wild guess on that one, too. Once again, thanks, Obama. Accused his predecessors Monday of locking up U.S. energy. Now, he makes this comment constantly about bringing back coal. As someone who is from the coal mountains and the coal fields, I can tell you he did not bring back coal. Watched several companies go bankrupt under the Trump administration. And they had to block trains in order to hold up the last of the coal that was going out of the mines, to hold up the last of the coal so that they would give them their last paychecks. That's what the coal industry did. But matter of fact, America's rapid march towards energy independence actually slowed under Trump, according to financial analysts. What was the next claim he made? NAFTA. Now, I'm going to cite the conservative, founded by the Koch brothers, Cato Institute for this one. The Cato Institute's conclusion was that the USMCA was marginally better than NAFTA, but the upgrade came at a high cost. Now, if we scroll down here, the only real certainty is that the USMCA is better than a U.S. withdrawal from NAFTA without a replacement agreement. Despite backsliding in some areas and missed opportunities in others, the USMCA isn't all bad. I really should have highlighted the part I wanted to find. Basically, their conclusion on this was that there's some good things, there's some bad things, it's kind of a wash. And that's been the analysis I've heard of the USMCA. Finally, not to mention tax breaks, which were not only for rich people, but which benefited me. That's an interesting thing to say. When starting next year, he is going to be paying more in taxes because the Republicans
don't overpay for Best Buy. Capital One
Shopping
can save you money.
Hey,
it's a browser extension that automatically applies
The law they passed initially lowered taxes for most Americans, but it built in automatic stepped tax increases every 2 years that begin in 2021. This guy, and every single person watching this stream right now, is going to see their taxes go up. and that by 2027 would affect nearly everyone but the people at the top of the economic hierarchy. All taxpayer income groups with incomes of $75,000 or under will face a higher tax rate in 2027 than before the law went into effect. I was actually wrong. That wasn't the last thing he said. He said gasoline prices have generally been much lower than during most of Obama's tenure. I like how he put some wiggle room in there. Here are the gas prices. In 2013, this is when our energy independence policy that we discussed earlier, that Obama instituted, took effect. Getting us off foreign oil by expanding offshore drilling and opening up different areas of the United States to drilling. We saw the price of gas plummet. By the time Trump took office, right before Trump took office, it was down below $1.84 average. Since Trump took office, it has continued to go steadily up until now, when demand has dropped because of the coronavirus. Now, I want to mention, this guy has called me delusional multiple times. He keeps saying progressivism is a disease. But hey, Trump's a racist, Trump's a xenophobe, orange man bad and all that. Yes, because everything you just mentioned is false. Everything. And he finishes by saying, but his policies are sound. Not only is all the shit he listed not true, we are currently sitting on a record debt and deficit. All throughout my life, I'm no fan of Democrats, but the entire time I've been alive, they have cut the deficit. And Republicans have ballooned it.